Hello and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events brought to you by Red River Dodge up in Heber Springs. Our sponsors here for the blog. And yes, I've rearranged my office a little bit. So it is spring break and spending it with the kiddos. And I am taking vacation days, and that's why you see the little growth here. Anyway, we do have, this is being recorded shortly after 9 o'clock on Thursday, March 23rd. I am getting this close to declaring winter dead. It's not that I really just don't think we're going to have any more snow. I don't. It's just bringing myself to acceptance of that. You know how much I love winter. And spring is nice, fall is nice. The problem with spring is the fact that and the springs are nice here, is the problem that you know what's coming. It's the heat, humidity. Fall is great because you know the winter is coming. So anyway, that's the way I see things. It all centers around my love for winter and my hate for heat, humidity. But that's Arkansas, right? You got to take that. All right, we have multiple threats for strong to severe thunderstorms over the next several days. That does not mean we're going to have a tornado outbreak. I'm not going to rule out tornadoes. I mean, you never rule that out. But you got to remember, when a lot of people hear severe weather outbreaks or severe weather threats, what comes to mind are tornadoes. And yeah, that's going to be possible. But remember, severe thunderstorms are different from your run-of-the-mill thunderstorms. We call them severe for a reason because one or two criteria have been met. You have winds 58 miles per hour or greater, or hail 1 inch in diameter or greater. And of course, in the springtime, you're talking about heavy rainfall. The European computer model is where I want to start off with. And the European, let me back that up. We're looking at 500 millibars. Back this up here. This is at almost 20,000 feet, and you see this is a storm system here. You see trough, ridge, trough. All right, so ridging, you see here, that's usually indicative of nice weather. Where you see troughs, especially on the front end of them, you're talking about rough weather. So this is the initialization from last night. So here comes our first storm system, and it's wound up. So this is late Friday. So this is the forcing here. This is the upper level low, and you're going to have probably a line of thunderstorms, which I'm going to show you just a little bit. We're going to go through the timing of this in just a little bit. But this is the first severe weather threat late Friday. This passes by, and then this one here comes in, it looks like at night. So it doesn't look as vigorous, but because it's coming in Monday night, and into Sunday night into Monday morning, I should say. There's still the threat for thunderstorms with this, but I don't think it would be as vigorous as if you had the heating of the day. But it still definitely needs watching. So that's another round we got to watch. So that's another storm system coming up Sunday night into Monday morning. And then potentially on Wednesday into Thursday, this could be an even stronger storm system with a round of strong to severe thunderstorms, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Louisiana. That's late Thursday. I'm sorry, I'm messing up my day. See, I'm on vacation. I'm messing up my days. That's late Wednesday and into Thursday. And then we go out to day 10 here. Things get a little bit more iffy. But yet another storm system digging across the southwestern United States. So this is going to be a repetitive pattern. Say that 10 times. And there are obviously major concerns with the threat for severe weather, okay? With each and every one of them. I think the one middle of next week really does bear watching. All right, so let's go here to Futurecast and the first one. And this is Friday at noon. You see this yellow shaded area, so the entire state, except for the far northeast corner, is under a slight risk for severe weather. So where much of the state, this is going to be moving from west to east. Remember, this is round number one. The timing of this, and again, this is being recorded Thursday. This can still change. Across the state, it looks like 5 p.m. to midnight. That's when the main impact for any severe weather will be. Wind, high winds will be the main threat. Remember, when we talk about severe weather, we're talking about winds 58 miles per hour or greater or hail 1 inch in diameter or greater. The hail threat does not look quite that high, maybe initially, just because of the instability is not quite that strong as it could be. I mean, it's still going to be there. And the tornado threat is there, but it's low. So we're going to, remember I said 5 p.m. to midnight. This is going to change the timing, and this is not going to be perfect. But this is at 6 o'clock, the leading edge from near Harrison back towards Clarksville. It looks like it's east of Waldron, coming up on Mount Ida. And again, like I said, the timing of this is going to change. This is what we would call something linear, okay? And when you have linear, it's an unbroken line of thunderstorms or a squall line. The main threat would be high winds. Now, there could be individual supercells that form within this line. And if that happens, then that poses a tornado risk. That risk is low. The other problem is if there's any thunderstorms that develop out ahead of the line. If there's anything out on its own, that too would pose a tornado threat. But right now, this, according to Futurecast, shows something more linear, which would mean a wind threat. If those individual cells start to occur, then we got to look more towards tornadoes. But that's the way it's looking right now. So this is at 10 o'clock. Notice how it's more broken, but does not quite look as strong. So the intensity may start to come down just a little bit, but still the strongest severe thunderstorms. And this is going to change, I promise you, from near Salem to Heber Springs, western Pulaski County, back towards Dallas County and towards Magnolia. That's at 10 p.m. And then it really looks like it starts to fizzle out, but still going, still a severe threat early Tuesday morning. But when you look at this and compare it to this, you can see how it doesn't quite look as vigorous. So anyway, so let's get to the impacts of all this. It looks as if the impact, again, we're saying that the hail's a low, wind is a high impact, tornado and flooding threat low. How much rain could we get? Again, this is the RPM, and I just don't like the way this displays it. But and again, you can't look at this and say, well, I'm going to get 56 hundredths of an inch in Little Rock. I'm going to get 41 hundredths of an inch of rain in Helena, and I'm going to get 1.5 inches exactly in Mena. No. What I want you to notice is that where the thunderstorms are the strongest in this area of the state, according to this, that's where we're expecting most of the heaviest rains. And then as it moves into eastern Arkansas and into the Delta and the Grand Prairie, maybe not quite as heavy because that line might be in a weakening phase at that point. So I hear the kids are going at it right now. So anyway, so that's the way things are looking right now. And that's just with round number 1. And of course, round number 2 and 3 and then probably 4. It is the end of March. Climatologically, the favorite time of the year for the at least the week with the most severe weather when we look at history in Arkansas is the first week of April. So we're approaching that. We're ramping up to that peak of severe weather. And that's where we're at, and we're going to keep an eye on it. So the vacation continues, but I'll be watching the weather for you. Thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.